Hey guys, it's Amy from My Goals, His Grace, and today I want to talk to you about the Bible study by Zach Windahl, how I used it and how it helped me read the Bible in 1 year. So in 2018, I made it a goal for 2019 to read through the Bible entirely, from cover to cover. And so I wanted a resource to help me read the Bible in 1 year, understand it, and see it as one unified book. And I wanted something that went through each book of the Bible. And while I was scrolling on Instagram one day, I came across an ad for the Bible study by Zach Windahl. I clicked on it, I read through the website, I read through what the study includes, who Zach Windahl was, the reviews and stuff like that, and I decided to buy it. Well, there's a couple different ways that you can access the Bible study. And so I ended up buying the ebook of it first and downloading it on my iPad, which was $12.99, and then realized that I wanted the physical books as well. So I ended up ordering the physical books, and it took a couple weeks to get them to me, and they were $38.99. And I think totally worth it. They're wonderful resources, and I was really happy that I got them. Their website is called thebrandsunday.com, and if you go there, you can access the ebook, the physical copies of the book. There's also a youth version of the Bible study on there in like neon colors, which looks really cool. And there's other products that you can get on there too, like planners and notebooks and what have you. But yeah, so that's where you can access and buy the Bible study, is from their website, thebrandsunday.com. I would highly recommend this source if you wanted to read through the Bible in a year, or even if you wanted a study that went through every single book of the Bible. So let's go through the structure of these Bible study books. So when you get them, you get two physical books. One is for the Old Testament right here, and it goes through every single book of the Old Testament. And then the other is for the New Testament, and it goes through every book of the New Testament. So it gives you, at the beginning of the book, a reading plan for the year. So it divides it up into 52 weeks, and you basically read 1 to 2 books a week. So in week 2, right, you start with Genesis, week 3, Exodus, and so on. So then by week 31, you will have read the entire Old Testament. Then you get a break, and then week 33 through week 52, you will have read the entire New Testament. So it gives you a 1-year study plan, and what I did was just this. I divided my weeks into what books of the Bible that I should read. So week 1, I did the introduction, then week 2, I started off with Genesis and went on. At the beginning of each book, they give you an introduction page where it gives you really great context of the book that you're about to read. So it gives you who wrote the book, when did they write it, who were they writing it to, the reason for the book. They give you a key verse, and they give you how the book is split up into different sections, and then some keywords for it. So this gives you really great context of the individual books of the Bible before you dive into it. Then it goes through different questions for the book. And then at the very end, they have a final thoughts section where the book starts to apply to your life. So every book has this final thoughts section where then they apply the book that you just read to your life. So their tagline to the Bible study is a 1-year study of the Bible and how it relates to you. And this is where that happens, in the final thoughts section. And then it goes to the next book, and it does the same thing. It gives you a really great introduction context page so that you can know a bit about the book before you start reading it, and then the questions for that book. That's how each book is laid out. So the same in the New Testament, it gives you a introduction page for context, the questions again, interspersed with these beautiful pieces of art, a final thoughts page, and then on to the next book. So that's how they're laid out. It's really great. Each book gets their own section, and you can work through each book as fast or as slow as you want. So since I was doing it in a year, I was doing about 1 book to 2 books a week. So how I used it was I used that 1-year Bible plan, or that 1-year study plan, and I ended up putting it in my planner so that I would know what books to read when. So in April 1st to April 7th, my plan was to read Ecclesiastes. And I would read through that book through that week, and I would do the questions that went along with that book in the Bible study booklet. And then I would move on to the next week. So Song of Solomon's would be April 8th through April 14th, read through that book and do the questions with it. So that's how I used it. And I really liked it because it gave a really great overview of the book. It applied it to my life, and I was able to understand what I was reading because of the Bible study resource that I was using. So the Bible that I used to read through the Bible in a year is this NIV Bible by Zondervan. It's a thin line version. So it's pretty compact and small, not too small where I would have to like squint to read any of the words or anything like that. It's a really comfortable read, but not too big where I thought it was too bulky or anything like that. It was easy to put in my purse or in my backpack to carry around with me. And I just used a zebra mild liner in all different colors to highlight what I was reading, and then a pencil to take my notes on the sides. So yeah, this is probably a Bible that I'll just keep kind of as a keepsake, as the first time I read through the Bible in its entirety. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with this Bible, and it's just, it's just a good size. Obviously you can use whatever Bible that you have, either on your phone, a journaling Bible, whatever your preference is. So my review on the Bible study in general, would I recommend it? Absolutely. I think this is a wonderful source, whether you're new to the Bible, whether you grew up a Christian and went to Christian schools or colleges. It will help you understand the Bible more than you did before, no matter where your walk is with God. It really improved my relationship with God. Reading the Bible in its entirety helped me realize, God's plan, his redemptive plan for his people of Israel and for us today, Jesus coming, and the impact that he has on all of our lives, and him as our Savior. So it was just a really wonderful way to get closer to God, and a goal that I have been wanting to do for some time now, and this just really helped me do it. And the most important part was that I did grow closer to God throughout this experience. So that is reason number one why I would 100% recommend this, is that it could really strengthen your relationship with God. There's one con, of course, nothing's perfect, but one con to these books, or to the way that I read through the Bible in a year, I did feel a little bit rushed. So for example, like the book of Luke is 24 chapters. That can be a lot to read in 1 week. And so I did feel a little rushed when I was reading through those thicker books of the Bible, because you have a week to read it, and it can just, you don't get into the depth of the book as much. So that's like the only con that I have for it, is that I felt a little rushed while reading through the books of the Bible in a year. But I mean, you can use this resource to spread out your reading of the whole entire Bible. You can have it read in 2 years, in 5 years, whatever works for you. I just think this would be a good way to dive into the Bible as one whole book, and to really understand the Bible in its entirety. So thanks you guys for watching this video on the Bible study. I'll leave the link below in the description box of where you can find this Bible study, and I'll leave my blog post as well below. It gives some pictures of what it looks like on the inside, and a little bit more of an in-depth review on it of more of the pros and cons. But yeah, I mean, it's really wonderful and really great. So if you're looking for a resource for the entire Bible, I would say pick yourself up the Bible study books from Zach Wendell. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks guys. Bye.